Hi everyone, this is the start of my review on the Thunderbolts movie that I just went to go see in theaters. I wanted to say that there's a lot of people online that are praying for its downfall and saying that it's a bad movie. They're saying it's not worth your time, it's not a good movie. They're trying to say that. But I went to go see it. I had to go experience it for myself. I had to go decide for myself if it was a bad movie or not. And it's actually not. I'll tell you why. The writing is good. The writing is solid. What they have is a collective of shows that people say they didn't watch, but some people did watch it. And for those people, it's being targeted at them. And, I mean, if you didn't watch the shows, I mean, here's the thing. It's really impossible not to watch the shows because a lot of people just watch the shows to hate watch them and say that they're bad shows. And I'm one of those people that did hate watch things like She-Hulk. Like, I didn't like it at all because it bastardized what She-Hulk was about from the comics. But when I was watching the Thunderbolts, it was actually a good, like, the writing was better than anything She-Hulk came out with. I'll tell you that straight up. Once you've watched the worst of the worst, the movies that come out that are good surprise you. And I will say right now, I was surprised when I was watching Thunderbolts. It was a movie about basically misfits that came together for a collective cause, and they weren't supposed to come together. They were supposed to die, basically. Just come out there and freaking die, because that's what they wanted to happen. Because they're, like, Valentina in the movie is like, they're a bunch of losers. They're not supposed to come together. But here's the thing. I think in real life, when people come together and do something good, that scares them. That scares the people that want you to fail. That scares the people that want you to fall into the void. And let's talk about the void for a minute, about this movie, about Sentry. Sentry was the main staple of this movie. And he's from the comics. The comics, where he's basically, he's Superman, but he's Marvel's Superman. But for this, I don't think it fixes Marvel's villain problem, because, I mean, you could argue, yes, he's a villain, or he's an anti-hero. But in this case, he starts as the Thunderbolts' main antagonist. Anyways, he starts as the Thunderbolts' main antagonist, and it's just, how can I say this? He was written to be kind of just a character that, you know, falls into loneliness, and I think we've all been there before, and I think this does make him an in-depth character, making him kind of mentally unstable. Because there's a lot of people like that, you know, they hear, you know, a voice in the back of their head that says to do bad things. And for those people that fought that voice, that said, you're going to end up alone, you're going to end up unhappy, you're going to end up miserable in your life, those people that fought back that voice are victorious. And I think a lot of people understand that there's a lot of people just praying for your downfall. And just like, I think the character of Sentry embodies that voice, that voice that you're trying to fight back. And I think it's something that a lot of people can relate to. So I think this movie, it definitely hit it out of the park. I don't think Marvel is going to die. A lot of people are praying that Marvel does die, because they've made bad stuff in the past. But what company, like, ask yourselves, what did Hollywood used to make? They used to make B-rated films that are, you know, pop culture, you know, they're pop culture icons today, and they used to make a lot of bad stuff back in the day too. But they've also made good stuff, and we've congregated to that good stuff. We haven't lost sight of the direction we want to go as far as entertainment goes. And I think the Thunderbolts, like them saying that they're the new Avengers and stuff, yeah, I could get behind that. They're not exactly what you'd expect, but, you know, what kind of team isn't when, they come together to do something great? I mean, you see it in sports all the time. People that would rather not talk to each other, not get to know each other, form a bond and a friendship that is irreplaceable. It's something that you have to experience in real life for yourself. And those people that don't experience that are just trying to pull you down mentally. It's a game to them, and it's not a good thing to be. I mean, I'm not one of those people that pull people down and pray for their downfall. No, I'm not one of those people that do that. I'm one of those people that want to see you grow as a person and want to see you be productive and be, you know, let's say a good member of society. Just, no, I'm not saying, like, conform, because there's a lot of success stories where they didn't conform, and they conformed reasonably, let's just say that, but they didn't conform entirely. They found their own voice, and they found their own calling, and they answered that call, and they did something great in the world. So I think this movie does that, where it tries to say, like, hey, you're more than just a bunch of losers. You're something great and powerful, and that scares people. Powerful people that want to keep you silenced and hurt you and watch you fail, because everybody these days wants to, like, I've seen it on YouTube. A bunch of people trying to tear other people down, saying that this person's awful, this person's a bad person. You never met that person in real life, but voices from YouTube say that they're an awful person when they've never met them before in real life. And it's just like, you gotta just go out there and investigate. I think this is the reason why journalism is so important, because journalists do that. They go out and they find out, hey, this person's actually not a bad person, they're actually a good person. And I think the Thunderbolts does that very well. So that's my review for the Thunderbolts. Have a good one, guys.